welcome to the UK, Aleah.
Thank you.
Now, we're sitting in Flowers Gallery, and this is actually your first solo show in this country, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
And you sold 2/3 of your work on the very first night.
Yeah, it's incredible.
You must be pleased, yeah?
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm particularly pleased for you because I bought one of them, so that's good. So you've probably built your reputation painting older women, in some ways amazingly realistically, but certainly with an affection.
Well, I think I've always been pretty in love with the human form and maybe obsessed with painting the human form. And a couple of years ago I started painting what I call the Aunties Project, which was essentially painting these women that I grew up with, my mother and her friends. And now they have begun to become multi-generational, which is happening in this show. I know everyone that I paint, and I've had a pretty close relationship with them all, and I found that's been really important in my work.
It looks very unusual because very often one gathers it's with professional models, and you've come at it completely from a different angle.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Did it just happen, or did you say, I want to go against that normal approach?
Well, I wanted to paint more than just people. Like, I do love the human body and love painting and drawing the human body, but I wanted it to be a personal thing, and I wanted to paint people that I knew and paint kind of what I know, because I started to realize that the only thing that I could really make work about was going to come from my life and the world that I knew. So I decided to really start with the people that I knew the best and kind of go from there.
So you're capturing sort of mood, and then also, technically you're arriving at these amazing flesh tones. So you can talk a bit about how you achieve both of those?
Well, I think they're both always important to me, like the technical side and the aesthetics of a body looking a certain way and using certain colors. I just absolutely love paint in its kind of natural essence, but then I also want to get at more than just the aesthetics. I want to get at this energy and different emotions throughout each paintings. So we have a much calmer, quieter, I suppose introspective, kind of the world is about the mother and her child. And then, this is much more about this playfulness and this game and this kind of strangeness and wildness. And I just find that having both of those in the same context kind of balances each other out. Maybe you can learn more about one piece because it's next to the other piece. And I really like to get a well-rounded emotions.
So is this a sign of where you're going?
I think it might be. I definitely wanted to just expand the generations, just because I feel like I don't only want to paint women in their 60s. I love painting them, but I also just want to paint people in general, and I think that comes in all age, and it's not. I mean, there's many younger women who have issues with their body, and I feel like we as culture and maybe as my age, we need to see more bodies of our age that are real, and so I think that's just as important as painting older women.
Sure. So does that mean you're likely to continue with painting unclothed people?
I think so. I think so. There's something about skin and being naked that everyone can relate to. Everyone has a body. Of course, everyone's body is completely different, but everyone has a body. And when you put clothes on, there's so much that you can tell about a certain type of person, and I wanted to strip away everything, all those identifiers, and just kind of get to the pure person.
Are we going to see naked men
I'm exploring, I'm going to begin to explore gender as well. That's something that I'm really interested in.
Okay. Do you do preparatory work?
I actually don't. I don't really sketch anymore. I used to do some sketching, but I've found that I just love paint, and I think and paint so much that I kind of just go for the painting. I do a lot of thinking before, and with all of these, I take a lot of photographs beforehand, and so maybe I kind of sketch through the camera and really prepare a lot through imagination, actually a lot, and then while I'm painting, the environment that they're in will actually sort of come up and happen. I didn't really know what I was going to do, but I wanted to sort of happen as I was working on the piece.
Yeah. Do you mean you go from photos from photos to literally
Yeah,
putting it on canvas?
yeah. So I actually look at my little tiny laptop, and I don't project because I still want that struggle of kind of drawing, but with paint. And eventually it kind of gets to this point. With this painting, I had to think about it actually as a couple paintings. Of course, in the beginning, I had to think about the whole to make sure that it all lays out well. But then I had to think about it in separate sort of paintings so that I wasn't so overwhelmed by the whole piece.
Yeah, sure.
But it was also a really fun piece to work on. And I started in the hands. I started painting the color in the hands, kind of in the center, and then I sort of went throughout the whole painting.
Yeah. And presumably, they're studio shots and you put in the background?
I actually photograph outside whenever possible.
Oh, right.
So I can get outdoor light, and because that's really important to me. And also just get the environment, because this would only happen, I feel like, outside in a field.
Right.
Yeah.
And it really did happen out there in the field? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
But I definitely invented the sky and
sure.
a bit of landscape as well.
Moving to the side, the aspect of collectors. Obviously I have selfish reasons for doing so, since I am a mad keen collector, but now acquired 4 of your pieces, so that shows I'm a fan. Once you've done it, do you have any sort of interest what happens afterwards?
I'm definitely excited that you have 4 of my pieces, because it's in a public collection. And I just absolutely love the fact that people will see the work, and it won't be hidden away in a closet somewhere. So I really appreciate that.
Well, I've just been reminded, of course, that you went to the Lightbox where my collection is while you've been here. What did you make of it?
I thought it was fantastic. It was really incredible to see the collection that you had, and visited the Tempest, my painting that you have there. And that was really wonderful to see where it was, and see that it has this wonderful home where people can see it.
That's
so
what
thank
it's
you.
all about. No, that's what it's all about. Is there a different reaction here to your work out in the States?
I think I've yet to tell, because it's just started here, but I've found that generally speaking, the reaction to my work is fairly even wherever people are from, whether they're male or female or whatever age, which is incredible. It's really gratifying for me.
And can you envisage working here or living here or whatever?
I do love the UK. I've always loved it a little bit that I've been here, and I would love to.
Right. Well, we look forward to you coming back many times, and hopefully on a crest of a wave that gets bigger and bigger. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope so. Thank you.